Hi, welcome back. My name is Alok and we are going to learn something new, obviously something new. So as you can see it right on your screen, we are going to learn about virtual private clouds or VPC. Believe me guys, this is one of the topics which is always confusing for the students who are just like started learning the Amazon Web Services, and those are enrolled or undergoing the training of AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate level. This is one of the slightly confusing topic because it involves some networking components and we need to populate the routes and all the things. So I decided to let's do it a video on this and let's try to make it more interactive. And in the meanwhile, I think I have to push myself to the right hand side. So if I push it slightly, yeah, this is better, I think. Yes, this is better. Okay, so first understand what exactly is a VPC and why we need a VPC, right? If you have ever logged into your Amazon Web Services console, which obviously you must have by now, so this is my console, and if you click on the VPCs here, if you click on the VPC, virtual private cloud, so this is your VPC. If you click on your VPC, you will find this VPC. So by default, what Amazon does, it automatically creates a VPC for you, a virtual private cloud for you, and everything is already set up. Like the routing is set up, the internet gateway is already configured, the private IP range is automatically configured, the DSCP for the public IPs is configured, the NaCl is configured. So they gives you like something kind of a stock car. Everything is built in, right? A stock car, which is easy to like drive and fun because you need not to do anything. But when we say I want to create my own VPC, that means something like I want to build my own car as per my needs. It should have this much of IPs, that much of routing facilities, how many subnets. So when you want to create or control your IPs, I'll give you one more instance. Say by default, whenever you create an instance, it automatically goes in the default VPC. And how can you find out that this is a default one? If you scroll down a bit here, you will see default, yes, default VPC, yes. So this is the default one, which is automatically created by Amazon Web Services. So whenever you create an instance, it automatically goes in there, and your machine, all the instances are automatically public facing as they all get the public IPs. But there might be cases when you don't want an instance to be allocated a public IP for different reasons. So when you want to control everything, your IPs, your public IPs, your routing, and you want it to be more secure, so in these kinds of scenarios, you have to create your own VPC. So let's start creating a VPC. And what I do using these slides, I will just give you a step-by-step instructions of what we are doing. So a diagram will be appearing up. Hopefully that will be helpful for you. So when I create a VPC, say, let's suppose I create a VPC1. Okay, I'll go back. I go to VPC, I create a VPC, I name it VPC1. And I give it a range of 10 based on my slides. So I'm assigning it a IP range of 10, which is a private IP, of course. So I give 10.0.0.0/16. So as soon as I click on create here, what it does, it creates a VPC. One VPC1 is created. So what happened? This has happened. So Amazon has created a logical network for you. It is using the same hardware, guys. Believe me, there is no separate hardware or no separate facilities which are storing your VPC. The same AZ, the same data center is storing your virtual private cloud. It's simply an isolated network based on your configurations. So when I had just created the VPC, Amazon has done this. It has created a logical boundary. It has named it VPC1 with this IP range allocated. One router automatically gets connected inside the VPC and one NaCl automatically attached to it. Let me show this. So if I go back again, I go to route table. See, this is the route table which is connected to my VPC. I can see it from here. So let me change it name to router VPC1, right? Give it a name, and this is it. It is connected to this, and it automatically has a NaCl, network ACL. This one is available automatically. So let me call it NaCl VPC1. I call it, that's it. So this much is done by the Amazon for you, right? Now, what next? I need to create subnets. So when you create a subnet, that is a network. So I will be creating two subnets. One will be the range of 10.0.1.0 and other will be the range of 10.0.2.0. So how I do it? I go here, I go to subnets, create subnet. I call it, what was the name? I call it VPC1 public and VPC1 private. Okay, so let me first create private. So I call it VPC1 private, which is a part of obviously my VPC, VPC1. Right. It is always better to choose a AZ so that we can, if I have two subnets, I will be placing it in different AZs or different data centers, right? To have a HA, and the IP range is 10.0.1.0/24. Create. I created one. Then I create one more. I click on create subnet. I call it VPC1 public. And this again will be a part of the same VPC, guys. I will put it in B. And this IP range is 10.0.2.0/24. So you have to be having a basic knowledge of IP addressing and subnetting. So I'll be clicking on the create, which is on the right hand side, which you are not able to see right now. Create it, close it. So this is done. So that means this is done. So that means one VPC1 public is there and then one private is there, which is a part of the VPC1, right? Perfect. So what next? I can create the router is there. So see here. Just a minute. Yeah. The router is there, but routers is not aware of these two subnets. So the next thing I have to do is that I need to attach my router to these subnets. That is the second thing, right? So by default router is there, but it is not connected to my subnets. So what I do, I go back again, I click on route table. If I click on router VPC1 and I click on subnet association, you see there is no subnets associated. That means it is something like this. Router is there, VPC is there, but they are not aware of each other presence. So unless the router is connected to the subnet, your data flow will not happen. So I click here, I click on added subnet association, and for this video I'll be attaching both the subnets in my router. So when this happens, this comes out to be here and you have got two subnets associated. That means I have done this. The subnets are associated. Wow, that's great. That means instances in this subnet will be able to talk to the instances in this subnet. Okay, what next? So I can move further and try creating a instance there, right? So let's create an instance in the public subnet and attach a security group, obviously with some rules. So for my case, I will be allowing SSH and HTTP. So let's create the instance. So here I'm using a Linux box so that I'll be able to do SSH in case it is required. So go to services, click on EC2. Perfect, guys, and let's launch an instance. So I don't have any instances running. click on launch instance here. I will choosing my same trusted Linux, Amazon Linux AMI. 1 GB RAM is good for me. Click configure next. Here you have to be very careful. You have to choose your VPC1 and you have to choose the public subnet, right? Perfect. And then what I do, I'll be using some boot scripts to install the Apache. So if I click here, I can use the boot scripts. Bin bash yum install httpd-y echo. I say web server inside my VPC, and you will write here where www.html index.html. Those who are familiar with Apache and Linux knows that this is the default document root. Service httpd start, and I put check config httpd on, right? So click on review and launch. That's it. I will be using a key pair, so let me see which key pair I've got. So if I move on to downloads, I can use the same natgateway.pem. Remember, this is the same key pair which we have used in the NAT gateway. So let's use the same key pair, need not to create a new one. Here it is. Boom. Job done. So if I go to EC2, this instance should be there. Yeah, so I call it my web server. So this has got a private IP will appear soon here. Here it is 10.0.2.227. That means I have done up till I've created the instance. This is done. I've done up till here, right? So the private IP is appearing here, but I am not able to access it from the internet for reasons that this machine doesn't have a public IP. So let's assign a public IP to it. I'll go back. This is running. So if I go to EIP, I click on EIP. Number one thing that we have to do is that we have to allocate a new IP. So I click on allocate here and click on allocate. Now I need to associate it with my instance, right? So select your EIP, go here, associate it, choose the instance. This is my web server which is running, and the private IP. Okay, so what to do next? Next, just click on associate and wait and see the error. Oh my god, this is error. What to do? I'll tell you. So we got an error. Do you know why? The reason is this. Because we don't have a internet gateway device connected to my VPC. Guys, remember this. Unless you have an internet gateway device connected to your VPC, which further connects to the internet, you won't be able to assign a EIP. Right? Perfect. I know you got it. You're smart. Now go back. So cancel this. Go to your VPC. Vroom vroom. Shift the gears. And go to internet gateway. This is the default internet gateway, as I've told you. Amazon does everything for you. So I call it VPC1 IG. Need not to give the same name, but it is always recommended to give a meaningful name. Create, close, Miloslav close. Those who are following Germany in the football team, they know the name Miloslav close. Otherwise it is close in C. For me it is close in K. Okay, attach it to your VPC. That's it. Click. That means I have done this. One internet gateway is connected to my VPC. So if I go back to my instance, a lot of to and fro is happening up here between EC2 and VPC, VPC to ECT, EC2 and VPC. Okay, I go to Elastic IP, click associate, attach it to your my web server. Your private IP will automatically come here, and click on associate. Wow, job done. Got the point? So you should understand the importance of internet gateway. Now, if the public IP is there, then I think I should be able to do a SSH to it, right? Let's try this. I go to my instance. Let me see the public IP. Yeah, it is connected. So I click on connect. I just use this, copy this, close this, Miloslav close, paste it here and press enter. It won't work. Tell me why. Tell me why. Because the internet gateway is here, but there is no connectivity. There is no route between the internet gateway and the IG. So I need to do what? I had already assigned the EIP now, but still I am not able to connect because there is no route between this, right? So we need to update the route. That means our route need to be added in the router to send all the traffic which is not destined to 10 network to the internet gateway. This is what we have to do. So I go back here. I'll do a control C here because it won't work even if I leave it here for the day. So I again go to VPC and after going to VPC, I go to route table, and this is my route table. If you see here, the subnets are associated. Route, I don't have a route. This is just ignore this route, added this, remove this, add a route here, 0.0.0.0/0, right? And send it to the internet gateway, and your internet gateway name will automatically appear here. Save. That means, guys, you have just done a connectivity between the router and the IG. So that means if everything is working fine, I should be able to do a SSH now. Wow, perfect. So guys, you are doing a SSH into an instance which is under your own VPC with your own route tables and all your rules. So this is what you have done. You have just done this, right? Now what? So I should be able to access the website also. Let's check it out. Right, so the website is running on which IP address? Click here, my web server. Okay, let me copy this and I open one more tab. I should be able to get the site. Enter. Something is not working. Okay, http://. So I hope my firewall rule is perfect, or I'll create one more security group and attach it. Security group, or I go to the instance. Let me change it. Instances, my web server. It's easy stuff, guys. Instance setting, and you can change the security group, right? That you can do. So you can do a lot of things. Change security groups, remove this because this is my default VPC. So this number is this. Let me check this, ending with F0. I have to check this security group. Right, inbound. Oh, see, SSH is not there, right? So I have to put a SSH. This is good to do a small troubleshooting, not that much, right? So this is it. You have to add it and click on save. Now it is aligned. So that means if I do a right click, paste and go, let's check it out. Okay, what's the problem? Let's check it out. So I've done, I can see that the HTTP service is not running. So let me check if the package is installed or not. Oh, there was some problem in my boot scripts. Okay, let us install it manually then. I'm installing Apache, which is again a good thing, no problem. I'll go to var www.html and I create a file here, index.html. I'll write here, hello, more problems in VPC. No. That's it, a small header, right? And save it, then start the service httpd start, and I put a check config httpd on, right? So if I check the status, somehow the boot script didn't work. It is running now, all right? So if I go here and click and just press enter here, let's see, it should work. Right click, paste and go. Yeah, it's working. Hello, more problems in VPC? No, that's great. So what we had done, we had created a instance inside our custom VPC. We have our own security rules, our own private IPs. We had assigned the EIPs. We have configured internet gateway. The route tables are being populated and so on. What is NaCl doing here? Huh? It's nothing. Look, by default, NaCl, there is a difference between the security group and the NaCl. Security groups are stateful. Stateful means whatever goes in can come out automatically. No problem. Wow. Whatever goes in will come out. Okay, fine. And NaCl is stateless, means you have to explicitly assign the rules for inbound traffic as well as the outbound traffic. But because by default it allows everything, so it never put any interference. I'll show it to you. See, if I go here in my VPC stuff and I click on NaCl, choose the NaCl. Where is my network ACL? Here it is. So this is the NaCl attached to my VPC, right? And see here, the default is inbound, everything is allowed, and outbound, everything is allowed, right? That's it. So the first rule matches, the action will be taken. So if I want to block the, say, SSH in the whole subnet, one way is I can attach the, like, configure different security rules and attach it to multiple instances, which can be very, very difficult. If I block HTTP here, right at the NaCl, so I need not to bother about the security groups whether they have allowed the HTTP or not, right? Okay, so let's change it and see how it works. So what I do, I go to inbound traffic. So by default, you see it's everything is allowed, all. So I click on all. And one more thing you need to remember is that the numbering, if this is the 100 number, so the rule, my exception should come over it, say 90 or 80. If I make it 110, it will come like below the 100, but because all traffic matches from this rule, so that will not be in effect, right? So I'll show it. So if I click here and I make it, say, I add a rule, I say 110, right? And I say HTTP is not allowed. I make it deny and I save it. See here. But the problem is that it comes later on, and the NaCl is read from top to bottom, and the first match found, the action will be taken. So all traffic will be a match here. So this won't be doing anything. So still I will be able to access my website. See, it's able. So what I have to do, I have to edit it and make it 90. Always give say a gap of 10 or 20 numbers, so that in case you have to add some rule later on, so that you will be able to do. I click on save here. Now it comes up, right? That makes sense. Now if I go here, I click on this and do a refresh, it's gone. See here, it's gone. It's not at all working, not at all. So this is how your NaCl works at a higher level, and anything you block or allow, or block on and allow in the NaCl, it's like especially block, will take the priority or like the precedence over the security groups. Even though the security group was allowing 80 port, but because it is blocked here, it doesn't matter because the traffic is blocked from here at this level. So guys, you should be able to understand all these components of the VPC. It's very important, and I hope I was able to clear it. So I'll see you again. Bye bye. Take care. God bless.